On today's program, ICEJ National Executive Director Donna Holbrook speaks with a member of the Friends of Jesus Christ Church about her impressions of the Nova exhibition when it visited Toronto. ICEJ President Dr. Jürgen Bühler continues his message on prayer, in particular, praying for very specific issues. We enjoy a special dance presentation from Israel Rejoicing. From ICEJ, support for Aliyah never stops.
So I just want to get your impression. Just say your name.
Hannah.
Your full name.
Hannah Liu.
Okay. And you are?
I am a member of Friends of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Yeah. Pastor Tech was encouraging us to come and partake, so I
lovely.
decided, yeah.
Yeah, well, I asked, yeah. So you know Red perfectly well. So you've been through the exhibit and you heard the personal testimony of a survivor today at the Nova exhibit in Toronto. Tell me, how did you feel going through the exhibit? What were your feelings?
I wouldn't say it was entirely new because I had already watched Dying to Live, the documentary.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I kind of had an idea.
One Free World.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I also keep up with the news on Israel a lot through Amir Sarfati.
Oh, right.
So I have seen...
So you have good sources more than the legacy news, in other words. Yes.
So I follow a lot of that stuff.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of images, a lot of the videos that Hamas themselves had put out.
Right.
So I know pretty much what's going on every day. The advances that the IDF is making, the developments with Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis in Yemen, and so I try to keep myself.
There's no lack of enemies in the area.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you been to Israel?
No, I will be going this October with Pastor Tech the first time.
Oh, are you? Okay, so we're going for the Feast of Tabernacles as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see you there too.
Yeah.
Walking through, and as you see the encampment and the artifacts with the videos, how did you feel through all of that? Did that bring the knowledge that you had seen on TV, YouTube, whatever your news source is, did that make it more real to you? How did you?
Some of the videos that are featured here I haven't seen before. And one good thing is that you put subtitles to the Arabic language, which is makes a huge difference.
Right.
Because you notice the things they're saying.
Yes.
And that, I think, is more impactful than the images themselves. Because if you think carefully, you understand what's going on in their heads. They don't talk about Palestine or things like that. They're only, the main thing that's coming out of their mouth is Allahu Akbar.
You're right.
So they're following the example.
What does that mean?
They say it means God is great, but Allah is not. It's specifically the moon god, which they don't tell people. Right? They want people to be deceived, so they just say Allah is God. But specifically, Allah means moon god, right? There's a lot of deception there. So they're doing exactly what the Quran, the Sunnah, and the Hadith tells them to do.
Yeah, it's the Allah is of the Quran.
Yeah, yeah.
And Islamists maintain that Israel should not exist. This is the whole bottom line. Yeah. Yeah. And we were talking earlier about the people who were massacred that day were actually probably the most friendly to the Palestinian Arabs, to the Gazans, because they worked in the kibbutz. And they were working to, like Ophir Lipstein was killed. He was the mayor of Had Negev, and he was shot on October 7th, trying to protect his community. And he wanted to do everything to help the relations with Israel and the Arabs. How do you feel about Toronto, Canada, about what's happening on our streets? Do you see that rippling from the Middle East to here?
See a rise in anti-Semitism. Also, there's denial
Right.
of what had happened. People don't want to face it. They don't want to talk about it. And they just want to pretend like nothing happened. And but the anti-Semitism is definitely, it's at its worst, from what I've ever seen. And I have some Jewish friends, and I speak to them, and they expressed some fear. And of course, they're distressed. But I try to reassure them, that the Christian community, we are in full support of Israel and the Jewish people.
Right.
Yeah, we're praying for them. Just try to encourage them.
And there's much more that we could be doing, I guess, to make Canada a safe place for everyone, most especially for the Jewish minority. Do you see what you might be doing in the next while then, on knowing what you know and feeling what you feel? What do you see in the next year for you as in your relationship with the Jewish people and Israel?
Oh, well, I'm going there for the first time in October.
Oh, it is your first time?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I want to see what that
Are
experience
you
is.
afraid to go?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Yeah. I've been waiting for an
You're on a
opportunity.
mission. You're going for the Feast of Tabernacles.
Yes.
It's our 45th year for doing that.
So I heard, yeah, amazing. And I think I have a lot to learn. I think there's opportunities to get involved with organizations like yours if people need
We'd
help.
love that. Yeah.
If people need help of any kind, I will make the time and use the resources that I have.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So it's...
We use volunteers in Israel as well. Did you know that?
You have
Do you have
volunteers?
you're Filipino?
No, I'm Chinese.
Oh, you're Chinese. I beg your pardon. So
That's all
do you
right.
have your dialect?
I speak Chinese.
Okay.
I speak some Hindi
Oh, do you? Okay.
and English.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, today was really helpful, and I think more people need to be made aware. So yeah, thanks for all your effort. Yeah, thanks
thank
for all
you.
your hard
God
work.
bless you.
God bless you.
Okay.
James chapter 5, verses 13 and 14. Is anyone among you suffering? Let him pray. Is anyone cheerful? Let him sing psalms. Is anyone among you sick? Let him call for the elders of the church, and let them pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord.
Then you read in Acts chapter 8, verse 34, Acts chapter 8, verse 34, the same word is coming there. And here the eunuch, which is going to Gaza, and that's the area where we are praying, is on the way back to Ethiopia. He encounters Philip, and he asks Philip, he says, I ask you, I desis you, can you help me? Can you interpret the passage that I'm reading right now? Then you read the leper is asking Jesus, Luke chapter 5, verse 12. He was begging him to make him clean. And here we already come close to the concept of prayer, that he was approaching Jesus. And it is something also that Jesus commands us. He says, pray. And that's Matthew chapter 9, verse 38. Matthew 9, verse 38. Pray that the Lord will send laborers in the vineyard. Now, what you see with the way how this word is being used, and I could give you many, many more passages in the Bible. I think it's something like 30 occurrences in the New Testament. It is different, various, very specific requests that people come either to a politician, they come or to a centurion, or to another brother, and they said, I have this issue and I need help on that issue. It is a targeted, a oriented prayer for a specific specific need. And I want to suggest you, of course, we are doing intercession also now. We will speak about that maybe tomorrow. But what we are doing also is deesis. We have a very clear task. We have a very clear request. And Paul says, first of all, make sure you come before the Lord with those specific requests. And it's quite interesting that Jesus was praying for himself. In Hebrew chapter 5, verse 7, he says, he made deesis that the Lord would save him, and he was heard because of his righteousness' sake. Paul wanted to visit Rome, and in Romans chapter 1, verse 10 says, I was asking deesis the Lord that I might visit you. That means he put out a wish from him, very concrete wish. And also in Romans chapter 10, verse 1, he says, I pray, I wish, I desire, I beg for that one thing, that all the Jews should be saved, that my people comes to the living knowledge of Yeshua. And it's quite amazing, I want you to take you to the book of Acts, and that's quite an interesting passage where this word appears again. In Acts chapter 17, Paul is here in Athens in Greece at the Areopag, the great debaters club, you could say, of ancient Athens, of the Greek philosophers' culture. And here in chapter 17, verse 25, we read, let me read from verse 24 to give you the context. The God who made the world, that's Acts chapter 17, verse 24, the God who made the world and everything in it, being Lord of heaven and earth, does not live in temples made by man, nor is he served by human hands, as though he needed anything, since he himself gives to all mankind life and breath and everything. And here again, it is the word deesis, that the Lord does not need a temple or anything, or we don't need to serve him with food or with all kinds of pleasantries in order to satisfy him, as if he would be in need of anything. And what we need to understand here at this prayer gathering, there is no need, not an inch of need up there in heaven. Whatever is needed is up there in heaven in the absolute fullness and in a measure that we cannot imagine. And he is asking the people here on earth, he says, what is your need? What do you want me to do in that situation? And one more passage that I want you to bring to you here is in the Old Testament, the Septuagint translation, chapter 2, verse 6, verse 29, each knowing his own affliction, his own sorrow, and 33 times this word is in the Greek translation being used. People will come to the temple. It might be a war situation, it might be a personal situation, might be a national situation, but they will come before you with the requests that they have. And what really encourages me here in this passage, that the Lord wants us and desires us to come with our requests before the Lord. He actually expects us to say, yes, I am in need. And I believe one thing that the devil wants to do in our lives, that he wants to tell us, he said, you already had this prayer request yesterday and 2 days ago and 3 days ago. You cannot bother now the Lord with this again. And don't expect that you can come with every little thing to the Lord. And let me tell you, my wife is here in the call and she can testify that how often the Lord answers our prayer just because we just put our keys on the wrong place and we started praying, Lord, help us to find our keys. And within minutes, sometimes within less than a minute, those keys suddenly appears. And we thought, oh, I remember where they were. And not only once, but many times. And what the Bible here is encouraging us is that the Lord is not getting tired of our requests. He doesn't say, oh no, it's Stephen Milpuri again. I saw him already yesterday. I wonder what he is up to to today. On the contrary, he says, he is back, praise the Lord. Let us see what we can do today for him, because the treasure houses of God are full with blessing for us. And what Paul says here to the church, to Timothy, and he says, make sure that this becomes a priority of your life, that you are somebody who put this a priority. Every need that you have in your church, in your ministry, in your personal life, in your family, make sure you mention those needs very specifically to the Lord. And he's never getting tired to hear those needs from our lives, but he is there to answer our prayers, and he wants to show himself as a powerful and as a prayer answering God. And why is that? It's very simple, because the more prayer we see answered in our lives, the more the Lord gets the glory over his power, over his possibility to help in small things and in big things. And I believe many of you know I'm sitting here today alive and kicking because the Lord answered many prayers in our lives for our health. I remember when Christine Dark was coming and we were praying together in our living room, and many others came by and prayed with us on a regular basis. The Lord is a prayer answering God, and he expects us even today to come before our throne.
Up next, from ICEJ, support for Aliyah never stops.
Aliyah truly never stops. If you consider that before 1948, the gates to Aliyah, to the land of Israel, were largely closed or at least very, very limited. That was one of the struggles that the Jewish Agency led in the pre-state days. And since 1948, Aliyah has not stopped. It has stopped, halted briefly, one day during COVID, one day during the 1973 war. And now, even with the missiles coming in from Iran, over 500 missiles, and since that time of 500 missiles, we already have more than 500 olim.
So we're going to meet today more than 100 olim that came from France, especially after the war we had with Iran. They haven't changed the plan. They haven't canceled the Aliyah. On the contrary, they wanted to come to Israel as soon as possible. This is part of their commitment to Aliyah and to the Jewish Agency and the State of Israel.
They are coming because of their unconditional love to Israel, to Eretz Israel, to Am Israel, to Medinat Israel, to the people of Israel. And this is the main reason, because this is one of the most risky places on earth. Arriving to Israel to strengthen us, to strengthen our bonds, and to continue building the State of Israel, to bring here the young generation. We need more people to make Israel much stronger, Jewish, democratic, wonderful state. A place that we all are praising.
You know, as Jews around the world, we don't have any friends. And when we know that Christian friends are part of us, are supporting us, are standing behind us, we are feeling that we are not alone. And your support, not only financially, but morally, especially during the time of war, we know that we are not alone. And this is crucial for our sustain in Israel.
And this is just part of a journey that the partnership with ICEJ enables us each and every day. Thanks to the support, the prayers, the generosity of ICEJ branches and supporters all around the world, we're able to do our global work to reach into over 50 countries around the world and bring our people home. So I'd like to say thank you. Continue with your prayers, continue with your support, continue advocating against anti-Semitism and for the state of Israel and for the Jewish people. You are never wrong to do the right thing, and the right thing is definitely to support Israel and love the Jewish people.
Hi, I'm Donna Holbrook, National Executive Director of the International Christian Embassy, Jerusalem, Canada. Audrey Ruth Peer was one of our members who came to know about the work of the ICEJ in bringing comfort here. And she passed away as an only child and with no children of her own. She had two regrets in her life. One was that she didn't have children, and the other one that she never came to the land of Israel. So when she passed away, she left an estate. I shared it with her friend Pat. What do you think Audrey would like? how we used her funds. So music was important to her, children also important to her, and so we undertook the fund and we divided it 4 ways equally. And it went to a petting zoo for children, for orphan boys near Tel Aviv. It also went to build 2 new music rooms at Bet Yosef up at Haifa, which is a very large community center. We also helped to complete a playground for another orphanage to the south of Israel. And then it enabled us to restore our scholarship for Christian young adults. And even though she was never in Israel, her name is in the land on those 3 projects, and it continued for 5 years on our Canadian scholarship for Christian leaders who have never been to Israel. Would you consider being a shomer, keeper of Israel, in your state giving? And that leaves a wonderful legacy here in Israel.
Thank you for joining us today. And be sure to visit our website at www.icej.ca or call us at 1-866-324-9133. And for our Canadian residents, be sure to ask for your free Canada-Israel pin. Through your contributions to ICEJ Canada, you can participate by giving to Haifa Home for Holocaust Survivors, Women at Risk Red Carpet Project, Operation Life Shield Bomb-Proof Shelters, Mentoring Programs, Aliyah Support, Children's Projects, Israel in Crisis, Israel Aid, Magan David Adam Emergency Services, Christian Friends of Yad Vashem, Scholarships for Young Adult Leaders, ICEJ Canada Media Fund, Gift Estate Securities Fund.